So for an entrepreneur like me, time is money, right? And I do everything I possibly can to squeeze out that extra few minutes in a day. And I do this because then I get to spend more time with family. I get to spend more time with my team. I get to spend more time playing something like, say, badminton. Any sort of extra time I can gain throughout the day, I love that. So in this video, I want to talk about the 5 apps I use on an everyday basis. And you'll see that many of these apps are time is money apps, right? Where I'm trading money for a little bit of extra time. Cool thing is that none of these apps are sponsoring me in any sort of way in this video, so you don't have to worry about that. This is unadulterated advice coming from an entrepreneur himself. The first app I use on an almost every single day basis is Dunzo, right? I always have something that needs to be couriered. So it could be my assistant couriering me some documents I need to sign. It could be me sending something to my parents. It could be as simple as me ordering medicines or grocery, right? And today there's this new app called Zepto, which does 10-minute grocery delivery or 12 or something. And I tried that for the first time, I think last week. And they come home, they ring your bell within 12 minutes. And the minute they rang my bell, all I could hear was the sound of VC money burning. It is so difficult and so expensive to get 10 or 12 or 13-minute grocery delivery, right? So I don't know where they're going with it, but I use it every day because time is money. The next app I use is Notion, and you guys have already seen how Avalon uses Notion on an everyday basis. I use Notion for work, and to a certain extent for my personal, writing down my YouTube videos and stuff like that. So Notion has always helped me stay on track. It's always helped the company stay on track, and I always know what's going on with the company. So Notion, and to a certain extent also Figma. I also use Figma on an everyday basis, right? So Figma is an app that allows you to create UI screens and do it collaboratively with your team. So we build these scenes UI on an almost everyday basis. We're tweaking it, we're adding something, we're removing something, we're approving something, we're trashing something, we're convincing developers to use something. So I really like the app Figma, and I also really like Notion. The next app I use on an almost everyday basis is Grammarly. Time is money, right? And I have a very fast words per minute, but I also am sort of inaccurate. Right? I will type a word really fast and I'm not going to go correct it. And Grammarly kind of just solves that on the fly. Again, this is not promoted or anything, right? I just use Grammarly on an everyday basis and I love it. The next app that I found myself using on an almost everyday basis is MetaMask, right? And it's Solana equivalent Phantom. So I use MetaMask and Phantom almost every day, right? I'm trying some experiment in crypto. I'm, sending some money or receiving some money or, probably getting into some NFT project. So I find myself using it more and more often. And sometimes it's just to check my balance. What I do is when I go to an exchange and I buy some crypto, I immediately send in my wallet because exchanges, they're not the safest place to keep your crypto. In the past, I've kept my crypto on an exchange and lost all of it, like a berserk amount of money, like an amount that would allow me to retire right now, right here. But I lost that because the exchange fell. So after that, I've just generally not kept my crypto on an exchange. Even though today the exchanges are much more secure, I'm careful. I'm as careful as I can be, so I transfer it to my MetaMask or my Phantom and I hold it there. The last app I use on an almost everyday basis is Calendly, and its free counterpart Google Calendar. So I have an assistant and I can obviously ask my assistant to schedule a meeting with some ABC person. But what I'm finding myself doing every day is just creating this link. So Calendly gives you links, and you can create a link for a 15-minute meeting, a 30-minute meeting, or a 45-minute meeting, right? And you can create your own custom meetings as well. And what I do is I just find myself, whenever I'm scheduling a meeting with somebody, I just send them this link and I say, book a slot by yourself. And people do. People click on that link and they book a slot. So it's nice. I don't need to involve an assistant in scheduling, which I used to do. And those meetings appear on my Google Calendar. I don't need to involve a third person, and we don't need to go, back and forth asking, is 5 p.m. okay for you? Or, okay, is 8 p.m. okay for you? Is 10 p.m. okay for you? None of that. And if you're somebody who schedules a lot of meetings, you should try it. This is not sponsored. It's not promoted. It's just, this is stuff that I use on an everyday basis to be more productive. Time is money, and I don't mind spending money on something that would save me time. Bye.